can't tell you what's going to happen. We have a sleepy guy in a basement of a house that the press is giving a free pass to, who doesn't want to do debates because of COVID, and lots of things are happening, right? And I watched a couple of interviews, and I say, oh, I look forward to this. But they're keeping him sheltered because of the coronavirus. And he's not moving around. He's not moving too much.
Former Vice President Biden obviously is sheltered in Delaware, doing a number of interviews, a lot of local TV, actually. If you look at our latest polls in states, Fox News polls, they have Joe Biden leading Donald Trump in Florida, Michigan, and Pennsylvania. We will bring back the panel. Jason, let me start with you. The state of this race and you know, what the president's talking about there versus Joe Biden's exposure. He's kind of climbing up in the polls, even though he's not out and about as much.
Yeah, I think Biden, all things considered, is probably pretty satisfied with how things are going. He's obviously in this position that no other candidate has been in before, where he's not only been pushed aside because of the pandemic, but he can't even campaign like a normal candidate would, but he's still raising a ton of money. He raised something like $46 million last month, and he's still hanging in there or leading in a lot of these swing states that are expected to decide the election. So all things considered, I think Joe Biden probably thinks I'm doing all right.
Harold?
I think that one of the more telling numbers also on that polling data was that it seems that a big majority of the country doesn't always believe the president when he's speaking. And Molly gave a little bit of a sense of that. We all have, maybe as to why. And Biden, I've heard some Republican friends of mine say, well, he's invisible and he's weak. And it's an IW strategy. I said, well, he's also winning. He is winning. So the IW is working in his favor. I do think this won't last. And he'll have to end up laying out an economic plan, which I know that team of his is working on. And hopefully we'll have a big brawl in the summer and the fall around how do we move the country from this moment? How do we spend in a way, to Jason's point, that gets us to a better place, a stronger place, and a more vibrant place as a country, and not just spend for spending's sake?
Yeah, Molly, the former vice president said that he thought, and this was on a fundraising call, that the president was going to push back the election somehow. No evidence of that. Didn't get called out on it, really, about that. He is behind the eight ball when it comes to fundraising versus the Trump campaign as we get closer and closer to this head-to-head moment.
Yeah, there's a lot of projection going on, I think, in politics, and it reminds me a bit of in 2016 when there were so many questions asked of now President Trump about whether he would accept the election results if he lost. And nobody thought to ask Hillary Clinton or her supporters if they would accept the election results, which turned out to be the much more pressing question that we could have gotten an answer to. But the pandemic really has, it helped, I think, Biden at first by consolidating support behind him, but now it's very difficult for him to campaign and really get his message out. So it's a mixed bag for him.
All right, I have 30 seconds, so I'll go Molly, Harold, and Jason. Joe Biden's vice presidential pick. You only get one. I'm not playing the casino, just one pick. Molly first.
I think I'll go with Amy Klobuchar. I think she would be a strong contender and make his candidacy seem more serious.
Harold.
You're going to make some of my friends upset with me, Brett, but I'd have to go with Gretchen Whitmer as I sit here tonight.
Really? Gretchen Whitmer, despite all of the pushback in Michigan, you think she's still going to come?
I think he needs to win Michigan. I think she helps deliver there. And look, Amy Klobuchar is strong. I think if he tries to go unity, Larry Hogan would be interesting, but he's missing he's not the right gender. But Gretchen Whitmer would be my choice tonight.
All right, Jason.
I'm going to go with Janet Napolitano, the former DHS secretary.
Okay, panel, thank you very much. We finally got two whole panels on a special report. Thanks for being here.